46 next birthday, so I started powerlifting for Great Britain. I did disabled bench press for Great Britain. I went to the European Championships in Kavala in Greece in 2007, and Magnus Magnuson and his friend Arna was there. And I said to Magnus, I said, "What are you guys doing here?" He said, "Well, we're trying to promote disabled strongman." And I said, "Well, I'd love to have a go." So at the time, I was doing my degree in sports coaching and sports development. So I didn't really have a lot of time. So when I finished that, I contacted the guys in Iceland and went over there in 2011 for the world's strongest disabled man contest, and the rest is history.
Excellent.
And they said to me over there, "Go on, Gary, you've got to start some in your own country." So after a few years of going to Iceland, I started Britain's Disabled Strongman, the very first one, in 2015. And it was in Stoke-on-Trent.
Excellent. So you were representing Britain in 2007. Is that right, in Greece?
In Greece, in the European Powerlifting Championships. So that's bench press. I don't know whether you guys know, but in disabled powerlifting, they did it in bench press, but you lie completely flat. So the bench is completely flat, and you have your legs lined straight out.
Yeah.
And then you push from there. You get the start command at the top of your chest, and the referee says start, and you bring down, and then you press it up, and that's how we used to do that in those days. But,
so I think you said for powerlifting yesterday, didn't you? You said it was it's bench, deadlift, the seated deadlift.
No, the seated deadlift is a strongman movement that was devised. That's not in disabled powerlifting. All we do in disabled powerlifting for the IPC rules is just bench press.
Oh, okay.
They've not incorporated the seated deadlift yet, but there may be a time where people run standalone powerlifting competitions with that lift in. You never know. It's proved to be a very popular lift in strongman, so hopefully it'll branch over into powerlifting. Maybe, who knows?
Well, honestly, when you told me this yesterday as well, so what I got a bit confused there, because I was like, well, if you were representing Britain at the European Championships,
it's completely separate thing
in 2015. I was like, how does that start? But it was powerlifting and not.
It was powerlifting. Yes, that's right. It's a completely different sport.
Got you.
But it's still strength based. So I've been training with weights since I was 16. So that kind of gave me a base of strength, and it's gone on from there in various different formats. It's evolved,
Excellent.
From my own perspective. So
you started basically 30 years ago. What got you into it?
I've always been fascinated with strength, and I've never been able to sit still. I've probably got a bit of OCD knocking about, but I've always been quite active and wanted to do things. I've always been very dependent, and it just weightlifting and strength training always appealed to me. So when I was 16, I got myself down a local leisure centre, and it's gone from there, really.
So what were you doing? What did you start off doing back then? Were you like, did you get straight into weightlifting?
No, I just did general gym lifting to build up a base of strength for the first couple of years, and I just carried on from there. Really went training regular and got involved in powerlifting, and from powerlifting, I'm now involved with strongman.
Excellent. I love that.
So, Gary, I don't know if you can hear me, guys, but I just wondered with how does disabled strongman work? Because obviously there's a lot of different disabilities that people can have, and unlike most people like the Paralympics, there's so many categories of disabilities that people have, and they all compete against each other. Is disabled strongman, is it kind of just mainly for one type of disability, or are there different events for people with different disabilities? I'm just wondering how it works.
No, we have a varied number of disabilities in disabled strongman, but we tend to put the guys into various different classes depending on seated and standing. So I'm in the seated men's class 2, which is reserved for people with neurological disabilities like cerebral palsy and spina bifida, for 2 examples. So we tend to lift not as heavier weights as the guys in seated class 1, which is generally reserved for people with with one leg, you know, and things like that. It's quite a complex classification system, but it's still in its very early days of being completely sorted out. You know, it's a lot of these things are trial and error, and you know, but it's all entertaining and it's all fantastic. I mean, when you get to see the show, you'll see what I mean. I mean, the athletes make the sport. I mean, every sport is a metaphor for its participants, is it not? So, you know, disabled strongman, it's hard to describe my enthusiasm for it because the athletes are just brilliant.